Today starts another 48-hour shift, and today the third milestone is going to happen within this 48-hour tour. So this morning's climb is for Scott Davidson, ladder 118. Fire under the bridge out of Brooklyn, housed with engine 205. This is for Scott Davidson to pay honor and respect to his legacy and his brothers that have gone before him. So 7 verticals and about 9 floors as usual. And brother Scott Davidson, ladder 118, will be all the way at the top. First climb of the tour, 74th climb of the 343 commitment. One more, and it's the third milestone. First vertical for brother Scott Davidson, ladder 118. Hey Christy, we're almost to that 75th brother. So hopefully that'll happen tonight. And then I can start working towards the 100. Little by little. So this climb is for Scott Davidson. He had 8 years with FDNY, assigned to ladder 118. Brother Davidson is going vertical as we speak. And he's going to join Joey Agnello and Vernon Cherry. Vernon Mo Lasagna Cherry, who have always already been climbed for at the very top. So, brother Scott Davidson is heading up. Your brothers are waiting on you. So, as I was saying before, this is fire under the bridge, ladder 118 into 205, out of Brooklyn. This is the same crew of Vernon Cherry, Joey Agnello, and Scott Davidson so far, before we go on vertical, or have gone vertical. That iconic photo of ladder 118 going over the Brooklyn Bridge into the gates of hell is what it's been called. And our brothers did not waste a minute getting to work. The brothers of ladder 118 were seen going into the Marriott World Trade Center, going up the stairs, trying to rescue as many people as they could. This is to honor their legacy and sacrifice made on 9/11/2001. This is for Scott Davidson, ladder 118. According to what I heard, or correction, what I read, Scott Davidson was actually sitting rear seat behind the driver on ladder 118 when they were headed to the towers. So Scott Davidson, like I said, had an 8-year career with the FDNY. He actually had gotten his teaching certification before getting on with the FDNY. So not only was he a firefighter, he was a teacher. He was also very athletic in sports and played basketball and baseball. And we're just about to hit that second vertical. For Scott Davidson, ladder 118. Here we go. Second vertical. Taking our brother vertical to the symbolic 110. He went through the gates of hell so that others could live. And my brother right now, Scott Davidson, is going to be greeted by Vernon, Mo Cherry, and Joey Agnola when he gets to the very top. Because they're already there. This climb is to pay honor and to respect the legacy of Scott Davidson, ladder 118, out of Fire into the Bridge with engine 205. So this is his climb, getting him to the top. My 74th brother, going vertical. First climb of the tour. No, it actually works pretty good. It simulates you're on air. So this is his climb. We're on the back half of the second vertical. Thank you, Ginger. All right. So second vertical done for brother Scott Davidson. One thing I found interesting is Scott had a nickname at ladder 118, Scott the Dog Davidson. And the reason he had the nickname was because he never wore his own clothes. I guess he always grabbed his brother's and wore those instead. But it was said that he hadn't bought a single pair of boots in the 8 years that he worked there, which was interesting. But our brother was extremely athletic and left behind a family who will know by this climb that he will never be forgotten. This is to carry another brother from ladder 118, Fire into the Bridge, to that top, to the 110th, finishing his footsteps, and everybody's before him. This is the 343 commitment for Scott Davidson, ladder 118. Coming up shortly on that third vertical. And Continuing to go up. Not stopping until we reach the top. Third vertical. For Scott Davidson, ladder 118. Ladder 118 responded after the second plane hit the tower. They've been watching to see what was going on and waiting for their turn to go out. And they responded on that alarm call. There's a very iconic photo, as I spoke before, of ladder 118 crossing that Brooklyn Bridge into the gates of hell, is what they've called it. Our brothers from ladder 118, as soon as they arrived on scene, got to work. They were seen going into the Marriott, where witnesses saw the 118 on their helmets, heading upstairs to try to rescue as many people as possible. So this is to honor and keep the legacy alive of Scott Davidson, ladder 118. Back half of the third vertical coming up. Engine 205, their counterpart at fire into the bridge, had already responded prior to ladder 118 getting the call. This climb is to honor our brothers lost on 9/11/2001. This one specifically for Scott Davidson. He will never be forgotten. Another vertical, and it's about a little over halfway mark for this 110th story 343 commitment climb for ladder 118 Scott Davidson. Fire under the bridge out of Brooklyn, assigned with engine 205. To pay honor to his legacy of being a teacher and being a firefighter with FDNY for 8 years on the job. Brother Scott Davidson will never be forgotten. We'll carry his legacy forward. He won't just be a badge, a name, or a number on the wall. Our brother will always be with us, just as the rest that have come before him. All 343 will be accounted for, no matter how long it takes this journey to complete. It's a commitment. That's a very strong thing. Not stopping until we get our brother to that top. So here is the fourth vertical coming up, 07. And here we go for Scott Davidson, ladder 118. So this climb is dedicated to the FDNY, off and on the line, to fire to the bridge, ladder 118, engine 205, and to the family left behind of Scott Davidson. Our brother and your father will never be forgotten. We will continue to keep his legacy alive for years to come. So this is today's first climb on this 48-hour tour, and the 74th brother being carried vertical. One climb away from the third milestone. And on the way towards 100 brothers vertical, which I'm hoping on getting before I go to New York City in March. So we're going vertical right now with Scott Davidson, ladder 118. Pushing him up right now. Yesterday, I was on overtime up until the morning, or day before actually, and I was able to take 3 brothers vertical, one before I left yesterday. So, because I'm on a 48-hour tour, this starts a new day, a new trying to make a difference. Because that's what we're here for. And this is to carry Brother Scott Davidson, ladder 118, fire into the bridge, carrying him all the way to the top. Another brother going up. 269 brothers left to go vertical. Numbers keep going down as brothers keep going up. We'll see if I can get at least 4 or 5 up this tour and continue to push them to the top. So this is for Brother Scott Davidson, ladder 118, in the iconic photo going into the gates of hell. Ladder 118 was crossing the Brooklyn Bridge, seeing the towers lay before him, standing tall, and billowing smoke and fire, knowing that they were going there to make a difference and get to work. So we're now on the 5th vertical for Scott Davidson, ladder 118. 2 more verticals left, and another brother has hit the vertical, 110th floor. So this is to pay honor to his legacy as both a teacher and athlete, and as a brother on ladder 118. For Scott the Dog Davidson, who earned his nickname on ladder 118 by wearing other people's clothes. And like I said before, within the 8 years he was on FDNY, he never bought a pair of station boots. I guess he always ended up finding a pair he could wear. from the other brothers there that fire into the bridge. So, coming off the backside of the 5th vertical for Scott Davidson, ladder 118. First climb of the tour, 74th brother, going vertical. Coming down to 2 verticals and some floors for brother Scott Davidson, ladder 118. Over my halfway mark by a little bit for brother Scott Davidson. This is his 110 floors to pay honor and carry his legacy forward. A teacher, an athlete, a brother who worked 8 years with the FDNY at ladder 118 and engine 205, fire into the bridge in Brooklyn. Our brother will never be forgotten, along with 342 brothers will never be forgotten. But it doesn't just include the 343. All of our brothers and sisters and emergency workers that work the pile for hours, days, weeks, and months. You will never be left forgotten with your effort of trying to find those left behind. So we're coming up on the 6th vertical shortly for the 340 commitment climb for Scott Davidson, ladder 118. And 6th vertical. Here we go. So this climb is dedicated to the FDNY, off and on the line, to fire into the bridge, ladder 118, into 205, and to the family left behind, of Scott Davidson. My brother, your son and father, will never be forgotten. Carrying him to the top as we speak. Each step getting closer to another floor. Each 110. Another brother has gone vertical. So this is it right now. 6 vertical. Back half of it already. One more vertical to go after this. A few floors. My brother Scott Davidson joins Vernon Mocheri and Joseph McNellis from ladder 18, 118 at the top. I am totally fogged up now. Mask is completely fogged over. Continuing to go. One last vertical. For Scott Davidson, ladder 118. There's our brother right there.
Calls coming in from El Paso, cats are committing an emergent response.
A little bit of a break to the last vertical for Scott Davidson to pay honor and respect to his legacy. As an athlete who played basketball and baseball, as a teacher, and as a brother firefighter who had 8 years and the nickname Scott the Dog Davidson there at ladder 118. Almost to that point. The last vertical for Scott Davidson. Coming up in about 30 or so seconds. Put us on the 101st, 102nd floor, and then we're cruising it to the very top. Almost there. And the under 10-second mark now. For the last vertical, for brother Scott Davidson, ladder 118. This is his. It's under 10. Mask is totally fogged up, can't even see anything. But I'm still climbing. For our brother. Every single one going vertical. First climb in this tour, 74th brother, taken to the top. 269 yet to carry to that symbolic 110th. Coming up on the back half of the last vertical. For brother Davidson, ladder 118. Fire into the bridge. This is his. Finishing his 110th floor stair climb of the 343 commitment. One brother away from accomplishing the third milestone. And that'll be done in this tour. 75 brothers will be vertical. Moving towards that 100 and continuing on to the next and the next milestone after that, until every brother has been carried to that 110. So this is for brother Scott the Dog Davidson. 102 floors already. Just got to finish the last 8. And brother Scott Davidson Ladder 118, fire into the bridge, will have reached that top 110. That symbolic number where every brother is carried to finish the footsteps of those before us, to carry them all the way to the top of the tower, which was 110 stories. That's why we climb for them. We climb so that we remember their legacy, their story. They're not just a number, a picture, or a name on a memorial. Every brother carried forth has a story to tell of their life and a legacy left behind. That is why we climb. So we will never forget our brothers who have gone before us. For the 343 and our brothers from the FDNY and sisters with all the emergency responders who came after them. 9/11, 2001 will never be forgotten. It's in our hearts, in our minds, and it's on my arm. Never forget the 343. Our brothers acted with bravery and heroism in being part of the greatest rescue effort in United States history, to which upwards of 25,000 were saved because of their efforts. They did not hesitate when they got on scene to start climbing those buildings and perform rescues and get as many as they could out. Our brothers acted with a duty to act, and they carried forth, not knowing what was going to happen with those towers, not knowing that they were going to collapse, and our brothers were going to pay the ultimate sacrifice so that others could live. For Scott Davidson and his brothers before him, we will always remember. You will never be forgotten, as this is the 343 commitment. Your legacy will be carried on for years and years to come, along with all the other brothers lost on 9/11/2001. Reaching that top, you're going to be joining Brother Joseph Agnello from Ladder 118 and Vernon Mo Cherry, Ladder 118, already been carried up. Brother Scott Davidson, it's been my honor, sir. Right side. Rest easy, brother. We got it from here.